Hello and welcome to another Procure Tribe training video. My name is Tony and today we're going to talk about supplier relationship management. We will cover the business challenges that necessitate supplier relationship management, how do we implement the approach, and what are the expected business benefits. Before we get started, let's acknowledge that it is impossible for a business to be successful without the support of its critical and strategic suppliers. If our suppliers fail to perform at their best, then our business runs the risk of not meeting its customers' expectations. The challenge is that sometimes we don't get the most out of a supplier relationship because we invest so little time in developing it. Conflict can occur when there is a clash in personalities and this hinders a good working relationship between our business and the supplier's personnel. Sometimes we have a supply agreement in place, but it is misunderstood or unclear around expectations and obligations for all the parties involved. And there are cases where the objectives of our business and that of the supplier's business are misaligned. When we don't fully harness our supplier relationships and we have conflict, our supply chain will be disconnected and our business will suffer. This manifests itself when our business receives inferior services or products from our suppliers, which in turn can cause dissatisfaction for our customers. Examples include substandard workmanship, late deliveries, and poor quality components. If your business has these challenges, how should you go about fixing them? Firstly, and because SRM takes effort, work out which suppliers you want to invest in and include in the SRM program. Get a list of all the business suppliers. Understand how much your business spends with each and who in the business is doing the buying. Do an initial sorting by total annual spend as a starting point for identifying critical and strategic suppliers. Speak to these business buyers, gather intel and data on the current performance of suppliers that they work with, and discuss any opportunities or risks that they believe exist. Any feedback is good, even if it is only anecdotal at this point. Don't forget to ask about smaller suppliers who may also be critical to the business performance but didn't show up on your initial supplier list. Now that you have a list of critical and strategic suppliers based on initial feedback from business buyers, we can begin to segment the vendor pool by ranking suppliers against supplier risk and business opportunity. The risk scale is based on the potential negative impact the supplier could have on your business, whereas the opportunity scale is all about upside potential for improved business performance. Those suppliers with high ratings are the suppliers which we would recommend to be included in the supplier relationship management program. With some data in hand and an initial segmentation, brief relevant stakeholders and secure their support for an SRM program. Showcase your proposed professional approach to actively manage a select, focused group of critical suppliers. To complete the segmentation exercise, you should gather input from all key stakeholders so that you get a diverse perspective. This is often best done in a workshop environment where consensus can be achieved. Now that there is an agreement on which suppliers your business plans to include in the SRM program, you can complete the creation of a governance structure. The purpose of the governance structure is to define the who and when through structure, the what as in the objectives, and the how via a plan and process for each SRM candidate. Again, this is best done in consultation with the relevant business stakeholders. Securing internal agreement is important, but you should not forget the supplier also needs to invest in the relationship, and so you will need to convince them of the concept and allow them to input into the governance structure. The SRM plan is now complete. We've engaged multiple stakeholders in the design and we've been clear with our vision for the program. We know which suppliers are going to be included, who is going to participate, the key objectives, and when and how the relationship interactions are going to take place. We know we have a good SRM program when the procurement team are spending more time with the operational and supplier stakeholders, and as a result are actively contributing to improved business performance. Not only are there a periodically tracked set of key performance indicators in place, but these KPIs are uniquely designed to suit the supply situation and the overall objectives of that specific relationship. We also track the progress of various improvement initiatives, which are discussed at each SRM event, and we have active participation from the senior leadership of both parties. And on the other hand, you will know your SRM program is failing when interactions are continuously rescheduled, indicating a lack of management support. The supplier engagement is more tactical than strategic as we discuss immaterial issues. There is limited to no progress being made on agreed initiatives, and the agenda is too complex, with SRM events overrunning the schedule. An effective SRM program where we make the most of our supplier relationships will deliver a wide range of business benefits. Improved personal working relationships will de-risk our supply chain through increased supply-demand transparency, enhanced business performance through the delivery of joint improvement programs, and when push comes to shove, a platinum customer status could help our business when there is an emergency situation. Remember that the key to setting up a successful SRM program is to consult widely with relevant stakeholders, including impacted suppliers. Measure and report on the performance metrics that matter, and deploy the appropriate governance structure to ensure that leadership is in support and the conversation remains strategic in nature. SRM is changing the procurement value proposition. The procurement profession is no longer a back office function, just negotiating the deal and then handing over. Suppliers and internal business stakeholders are more likely to take procurement professionals seriously when they get involved in the real business, which is the essence of a well-executed SRM program.